to cherry-pick the laws that they should implement and the ones that they should not implement. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, you will recall that sometime in 1999 or year 2000, a law was enacted in Zamfara, the Sharia law to be precise. There was so much hue and cry, but at the end of the day, that law was enforced. You cannot go to any part of the Northwest and say you want to buy beer or you want to operate a beer parlor. You cannot go there as a prostitute and begin to hawk yourself, and a host of other items that are embodied in the law. That law is being enforced up to this day. The law that has been enacted in Benue is also a law that was done in conjunction with everybody in the state. There was public hearing, people were invited, it went through the process, and the State Assembly passed it. What we expect the police to do is to simply implement the law. We are all aware that our governors have their restrictions. Yes, these laws have been passed, but they are just chief security officers by word of mouth. So for the IG of police to wake up and tell Nigerians or tell the Senate that the reason why the violence why we have violence in Benue State is because of the law that has been enacted. He said it to the Senate. And as if that is not enough, the spokesman of the Nigerian police, a man that is supposed to be a politician, I watched it. It's not a question of allegation. The channels can play this tape again for everybody to see. That the governor is a drowning man, that he should resign. That why would they ask the government of Benue State, ask the IGP to resign? It's a simple thing. If you are not saying what is true, if you are now not even making attempt to assure people of a state that, look, we are in charge as a police force, what do you expect? We sit here in this house. People have asked the president of this country to resign. It's not an offense. So for a police officer to come on live television to begin to make such utterances without guided, he threw caution to the wind, to the extent that the presenter or the moderator of the program asked him to withdraw that statement. He refused. So, Mr. Speaker, I think the prayer of the motion is clear. I want us to support this motion because if we don't, it's a precedent. These people will be emboldened. The so-called attackers will be emboldened. That means any police officer can wake up and decide to say anything. So if they want to be politicians, because obviously they've taken sides, if they want to be politicians, they should remove that jacket and come and join us in politics. Because we must not allow this to continue. So I want to pledge or crave the indulgence of this House to support this motion, and please, the IG must tender an unreserved apology to the governor and people of Benue State for such a remark. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.